Welcome to the Yarn for Less Crafty Hands Holly Crochet Along. This is lesson 1 of the Granny Triangle Scarf, pattern written by Jamie Louise. This pattern calls for 1 skein of Caron Cake yarn, but my favorite part of this pattern is you can use any yarn, any weight that you would like. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this scarf using this ice yarn. Here's an example of the same pattern using 1 skein of Caron Cake yarn. Here's another example of the same pattern using Bernat Pop. And here's another example using Sheppy's Whirl, which is a finer, lighter weight yarn. This lesson you will use 2 skeins of ice yarn, size I crochet hook, and a stitch marker. This particular colorway is Regina Lana Neon. Made out of 30% wool, 70% Draylon, medium weight 4. On the label you will find symbols. Each symbol has a meaning. This symbol means the wrapper is made out of recyclable material. This symbol means do not use bleach when washing your garment. This symbol means use cold water when washing your garment. And this symbol means do not iron your garment. Today I'm going to go over rows 1 through 9 of this pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As we work up this pattern, we're going to make sure we have the same stitches on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This middle section is where the increases happen, and we mark the center with the stitch marker. So by the end of today's lesson, this is what your garment will look like. First, we start with the magic circle. Begin by crossing the end of your yarn behind your yarn coming from the skein. Pinch and hold the yarn together where they cross. Pull a loop all the way through to the top of the ring and chain 4. Continue on and crochet 3 double crochets. So now you have 3 double crochets and a chain 4 in your magic ring. Continue and do 1 chain and then crochet 3 more double crochets. After the 3rd double crochet, we're going to chain 1 and crochet 1 more double crochet. Now we have completed our magic circle. We're going to take the tail and pull tightly. If we were going to do a complete circle, we would insert our hook in the 3rd chain from the beginning chain 4. But for this particular pattern, we are going to leave it a half circle. So we have just completed the magic circle in row 1 of our pattern. We will build off that center section. Before we continue to row 2, we need to mark our center. We need to make sure we have the same amount of stitches and find our center. That chain 1 between the 3 double crochet clusters is our center piece. Mark it with our stitch marker, and we should have the same amount of stitches on both sides. Now we can start row 2. To start row 2, we chain 4 and we turn our piece. We're going to crochet in that first hole, and we are going to crochet 3 double crochets. After we complete those 3 double crochets, we're going to chain 1, and we will arrive at our center section. We'll take our stitch marker out, and we're going to crochet 3 double crochets in our center section. Chain 1 and crochet 3 more double crochets in that same hole. Chain 1, and now we will go to that last space and crochet 3 double crochets. Chain 1 and 1 more double crochet in that same space. This ends row 2. Check to make sure you have the same amount of stitches on both sides, and we're going to mark our center point. 1, 2. Our stitches on each side should match the row that we're on. To start row 3, we're going to chain 4, turn our work, and we're going to crochet in that same first hole. 3 double crochets, chain 1, and in the next chain 1 space, we're going to crochet 3 more double crochets. Chain 1, which reaches us to our center point. Take the stitch marker out. We will do 3 double crochets. Chain 1 and 3 more double crochets in the same chain 1 space. Chain 1 and continue on to the next chain 1 space, crocheting 3 double crochets. Chain 1, the last space, we're going to crochet 3 double crochets. Chain 1 and one more double crochet in that same space. Check, make sure you have the same amount of stitches on both sides. 1, 2, 3. Mark your center. This completes row 3. Keep in mind, after each round, you're going to have the same amount of double crochet clusters on each side of the stitch marker. So in this case, after row 3, we have 3 sets of double crochets on each side of the stitch marker. We are going to continue rows 4 through 9 the same way. Chain 4 at the beginning of each round, crochet 3 double crochets followed by a chain 1 in each of the chain 1 spaces. completes Lesson 1 of the Yarn for Less Crafty Hands Holly Granny Triangle Scarf Crochet Along. Thank you all for your support, and we'll see you in Lesson 2, where we will crochet rows 10 through 34. Thanks and have a great day.